Trump himself was asked on Fox News about this, whether he was concerned about a recession. And he didn't say he was, but he didn't rule it out either. And if you remember in his annual address, in the address to Congress, Trump had said that there's going to be some bumps along the way. There's going to be a interregnum, a period in the middle where things have to be kind of worked out or sorted out. Part of the anxiety about tariffs, I think, is the concerns about a trade war. It is one thing to use tariffs as a diplomatic tool or leverage. It's a whole other thing where you say, all right, I don't like the fact that other countries have tariffs on my goods, so I'm now going to be putting 10, 25, in some cases 50% tariffs on this list of goods from Canada or Mexico or China. Let's remember, these are our three largest trading partners. And then those countries go, oh, okay, well, we're going to slap some more tariffs on your products. And so really what's really happening is that both countries start taxing, because that's really what a tariff is. A tariff is a tax on the importation of foreign goods. And so the effect of it, of course, is to make those goods more expensive to import, and in the longer run, or sometimes even in the short run, to raise the prices of those goods. Why? Because they now cost more to bring into the U.S. market. Now, tariffs do have the benefit of supporting the domestic market, because when you make foreign goods more expensive, you make domestic goods more easier to produce. You increase the profit motive for those goods. You create the possibility of more jobs at home to make those things. And Trump really is a guy who has a lot of emphasis on self-reliance. Like, why do we need Canadian lumber? So what if the Canadians are selling the lumber, let's say, cheaper than America can get the lumber itself? The point is, we have lumber. We don't need their lumber. Today itself, Trump posted something to the effect of, why are the Canadians supplying us with electricity? What? Does a country really need to be getting electricity from another country? Why can't we get our own electricity? So part of what Trump is aiming at here, I think, is to have America do more for itself. The reason for this, by the way, is not because Trump is against international trade. What he does seem to be against are these gargantuan trade deficits. In other words, we sell a relatively small amount of goods abroad, and other people sell a giant amount of goods over here. And what that really means is that US dollars are leaving the country and ending up in the hands or in the pockets of foreign entities, foreign individuals, foreign corporations, and foreign governments. And then let's remember, those guys will often turn around and use that money to buy up U.S. land, buy up U.S. apartment complexes. Think about it. You can't take a U.S. dollar necessarily and do a lot with it outside the United States. At the end of the day, I mean, true, it's a reserve currency. You can use it to buy Saudi oil, for example. But what happens with a lot of these guys is that they turn right around and use that money. So we end up having foreign ownership or increased foreign ownership of American property and of American land, including farmland. I am not sure about these tariffs myself, but I do think that the tariffs have got to be seen in the context of the full ensemble, the full range of Trump's economic policies, which are on the balance extremely good. Tax cuts, which are a key part of this plan, excellent. And it's important for the House to move on getting these passed over to the Senate, over to Trump for signature. Number two, privatization. Trump is selling off government buildings. Great idea. Put more of them on the list. Deregulation. Trump mentioned in his speech, we're going to cut 10 regulations for every new one that anybody wants to add on. Regulations are also, by the way, a tax, right? Why? Because they're a form of imposing additional burdens of money and burdens of time. And of course, those are the same thing. When you impose on a company, for example, a burden of time, that's the same thing as imposing a burden of money, because time is money. So the truth of it is deregulation, privatization, tax cuts, This is the sealing the border. All of these things are the broader part of Trump's plan. Trump himself is very devoted to tariffs. I think he thinks, and he's historically right about this, the United States had tariffs for much of its history. It had tariffs in periods of great national prosperity, mostly through the 19th century. So it's not as if tariffs don't have a history, a successful history, you could say, in the United States. Looking to do something to better your health? Well, look no further than Kimchi One from Brightcore Nutrition. Kimchi One packs all the fermented nutrition of kimchi in convenient capsules, arming your gut with over 900 unique strains of probiotics, supporting gut flora and digestion. I highly recommend this product because all health starts in the gut. So putting the right fermented superfood in your gut improves every aspect of your health, your skin, your hair, your mental performance. Kimchi has even been shown to reduce your risk of obesity and promote smaller waistlines. That's a good thing. Kimchi One is all natural, made in the USA, and non-GMO. Today, you can get an exclusive offer just for my viewers and listeners, 25% off with code Dinesh by going to mybrightcore.com/Dinesh. Or there's a special incentive. It's even better if you call them. 50% off your order and free shipping. So you got to do it. Give them a call. Here's the number, 888-927-5980. Their educated staff will make sure that Kimchi One is right for you. Number again, 888-927-5980.